Based on a resolution by the World Health Assembly and consultation by member states, a joint China-WHO team of experts conducted what's known as Phase 1 of the origin study in Wuhan in January and February this year. Right after the mission, Peter Ben Mbarek, mission co-head, said this.
The findings suggest that the laboratory incident hypothesis is extremely unlikely and to explain the introduction of the virus into the human population, and therefore is not a hypothesis that will implies to suggest future studies into our work to support our future work into the understanding of the origin of the virus.
In March, the team released a joint report officially describing the lab leak hypothesis as extremely unlikely. But the theory gained momentum in May, around the time when a Wall Street Journal report claimed 3 researchers from the Wuhan Institute of Virology became sick enough in November 2019 that they sought local hospital care. Despite China's repeated calls for disclosure, the names of the 3 remain elusive. In May, US President Joe Biden asked his intelligence community to come up with a definitive conclusion within 90 days. In June, G7 countries demanded a WHO-led Phase 2 study. Biden once more aired his lab leak liking, saying a question mark still hangs over whether the virus was, quote-unquote, an experiment gone awry in a laboratory. On July the 15th, WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus said there was a premature push to especially reduce one of the options, like the lab theory. The next day, at a briefing for WHO member states, he proposed a Phase 2 plan to pursue further studies in Wuhan, including audits of relevant labs. China reacted promptly. On July the 22nd, Zheng Yixin, Vice Minister of China's National Health Commission, said this during a presser convened specifically on this topic.
China cannot accept the current version of the second phase investigation because the plan has been compromised by political manipulation and disrespect of scientific facts. The WHO plan to focus on lab leak shows disrespect to common sense and arrogance for science.
Now, China believes the second phase should be an extension of the first one, guided by the relevant WHA resolution and conducted after thorough discussions and negotiations among all WHO members. As to the possibility of a lab leak, Liang Wannian, head of the Chinese team, said that that should not be ruled out if there is new evidence. But then similar studies should also be done in labs in other countries which haven't been put under scrutiny. On July the 5th, the medical journal Lancet published a statement by 24 renowned medical scientists after they published a similar one a year ago. The scientists reiterated their solidarity with their Chinese counterparts and expressed their professional view that the virus most likely originated in nature and not a lab. A Reuters report, which is titled China Rejects WHO Plan for Study of COVID-19 Origins, and it also made reference to this point. At the presser, the Reuters reporter asked, is China willing to provide raw data that might reveal the early transmission of COVID-19 in Wuhan? If not, can you explain the reason? Again, Liang Wannian answered this question.
In fact, these patients' data were all displayed and shared during our stay in Wuhan. However, China has relevant standing regulations regarding patients' clinical data, including epidemiological survey data and laboratory test data, which involves personal privacy. If the data is completely released, this will violate the relevant regulations. At the time, international experts also fully understood and believed that this was international routine, not only in China.